We went out to map Makerere University's capacity to mainstream e-learning in university education. The team comprised of myself, Mr. Crispus Mayora, Dr. Diana Nampija, and Dr. Julius Mlankende Shopi. Background. Without e-readiness, the provision of effective distance and online education is affected. COVID-19 forced the closure of all educational institutions across the world. The hitherto face-to-face operations were no more, and thus the need to resort to remote working alternatives, including electronic and online learning. This involved virtual interactions for continuity of education. However, there is need to establish the capacity to engage in remote working strategies that heavily rely on usage of information and communication technologies, given the fact that they have become embraced as the new normal. Objectives. We wanted to examine the available policy framework and how it supports implementation of e-learning. We wanted to establish the availability, functionality, and preparedness of e-learning infrastructure across the university. We also wanted to assess the capacity of lecturers and students to use e-learning. So we did a cross-sectional survey that employed mixed methods of data collection and analysis. Quantitative data was gotten through a survey of lecturers and students. Qualitative data was gotten from purposely selected key informants, most especially university managers, administrators, deans, ICT personnel, and student leaders. Data was gotten from across the 10 constituent colleges of the university that ensured that all of them were proportionately represented. We also got some data through literature review. What did we get? What were the results? We discovered that the policy framework and guidelines for operation of e-learning are not up to date, and this is most especially in regard to policies related to assessment of teaching and learning. We also found out that some technology equipments like servers, like routers and computers are in place, but they are fast running obsolete. In some colleges, actually, they are not even there. So the kickstarting of mainstreaming e-learning is going to be problematic. We also discovered that knowledge to design and deliver effective courses online, remotely, is still low. And lastly, there is a slow pickup of technology innovations in teaching and learning by the students. So the policy influencing points here are: 1, the e-learning environment is dynamic and fast changing. We have to ensure that policies, most especially those that relate to assessment, are up to date and accommodate the recent developments. We also want to put it that e-learning is taking up several shapes, and most prolific one seems to be mobility. Government needs to invest heavily in ICTs and mobile technologies, both in homes and universities. We are talking about servers, Wi-Fi, edu-room, and internet. We need to invest in a constant skilling of both students and staff. This will enhance creativity and innovativeness in usage of technologies in teaching and learning. We also want to establish satellite stations in all regions where teaching and learning resources can be accessed with ease.